everyone, I actually wanted to do a video about dupes. I love a good dupe video, and I love all of the time that people put into making a good dupe video. But sometimes, you know, I go out and I'll buy the drugstore version thinking, well, this is cheaper, you know, they gave me this awesome information, and then I get it and it doesn't quite seem like it is a dupe, or, you know, whatever. So I am going to say that it does depend on what lighting you're in. But I'm in natural lighting right now, and I've gone through and I've just swatched all of, you know, the things that they're saying are dupes and things that I myself find to be similar. And then the biggest dupe video that's out there that people talk about is the Blush Orgasm. So, and that's by Nars, if you don't know, but you should, most people would know that. Anyway, so I have a ton of blushes here that people have claimed to be dupes for orgasm, and I'm just going to go through and kind of swatch them in the natural light, as long as my lighting stays kind of decent right now, and we'll just decide whether or not they really are dupes. So I actually never bought Orgasm because I thought that I had the dupes for it, or, you know, similar blushes, which all of these blushes are similar, but they're not an exact dupe. And most of you know that if you're really into makeup, when it comes to blush, the little nuances in a blush really can make, you know, make or break the blush, at least to me. So I bought this palette the other day and it came in the mail, and it comes with an Orgasm blush and a Laguna bronzer. I already had a Laguna bronzer, but I, you know, did not have the Orgasm blush because I thought I had all of these, you know, blushes that were considered dupes. So the reason I didn't buy Orgasm is because I had Hot Mama by the Balm, which everybody says is an exact dupe for it. And I also had, oops, the e.l.f blush, and this is from their dollar line. I don't even know if they have this anymore, but I had the e.l.f blush in Glow, which they also claim to be a dupe for either Hot Mama or Orgasm. I also had the e.l.f blush. This is from the $3 line, in Candid Coral, which they also said, which some people have said to be a dupe. I'm not attacking any particular person saying that, but I've just watched so many videos and I've heard, you know, different people say that these are dupes. I've also heard the Milani blush in Luminoso to be a dupe for it. And then this blush I owned by Philosophy, and it's a blush bronzer duo, and it kind of plays off the Laguna Orgasm thing. So I just figured I would include it in there. Nobody said anything about this, but by looking at this blush and then the other blushes that are supposed to be dupes, I found it to be very similar. So, first blush I am going to swatch, and I'm going to do it across the top of my hand here and try to make it as not awkward as I possibly can. Let me take off my watch. This is getting official. I'm taking off the watch. And I'm just going to swatch Orgasm across the top of my hand. Okay. So you see it's a peachy pink blush. Okay, and it's got like a gold shimmer to it. So the first blush that I am going to swatch with it is the Balm's Hot Mama. Okay, so by looking at it, the Balm blush isn't as pink, and at least in my light, and it's got, to me, what seems to be a little bit more of a gold tone. So I don't know if the camera will be picking that up, or if you can even see that. That's just from my eye, but they are quite similar. They're both very pretty. So now I am going to do Glow by e.l.f, just from the dollar line. And this to me, again, is more gold, even more gold and less peachy or pink than Hot Mama. So if you see, this right here is the e.l.f. and this is Hot Mama, and then you have Orgasm down there. But again, they are still quite similar. So now I'm going to do the other e.l.f. blush in Candid Coral. Let me wipe my fingers on my baby wipe here so make sure I'm not tainting anything. And just by looking at this, this does not seem as metallic as the others. And again, it's actually lighter than the dollar line one as far as color saturation, but it still has that gold sheen to it. But it is still not really a dupe for the other two. So now I'm going to do Milani and Luminoso, which I've also heard to be a dupe. This to me is not as gold. It still has a sheen, but it's not as gold, and it does not have as much pink as the Orgasm or the Hot Mama does. So really, the three blushes right here look very similar. They're all dupes for each other, but the two higher end blushes to me still have a more pinky, peachy tone to them, and then these are like a peach gold. So that's just kind of what I have found for those. And then the last one is the one that I had found to be similar to them. Oops, sorry. To be similar to them, and that is the Philosophy. So let me get that. And again, it is a little bit more pinky peach than the others, but it still isn't. So if you can see, they are all quite similar, but there is pretty much only one Orgasm or one Hot Mama, which they're a little bit different from each other, not a whole lot. So really, you would need to own Orgasm and Hot Mama. I'm sure you could get away with just owning one. But the others I really don't consider to be full-on dupes. They're very similar. I mean, it looks like I'm doing all the same blush on my hand. But they are very similar. But to me, they just aren't exact. So anyway, I hope this was helpful to you. I'm sorry if you made a dupe video and you're watching this and you're angry because, you know, I've said something different or whatever. But honestly, these all will look different in different lighting. I've swatched things before when I was sitting, you know, in my living room under a regular lamp, and things looked all similar, and then once you get it, you know, into natural light, different nuances are picked up and it's completely different. But anyway, I hope this was helpful to you, and I will talk to y'all soon. Thanks, bye.